Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Dag Jan. Goedemorgen. Oh, glory to my Guru Maharaj. Bhaktivedanta. Paramahamsa Srila Gauraridas. Oh, glories to you. Oh, glories to the power that you bring. Glory to the living force inside of you. The living force of Chaitanya. Glory is to Srila Gauraridas, who represents Madhavendra Puri, represents the story of the sweet rice, and taking the Lord out of the bush. Take the Lord out of the jungle. Take him out of your mind. Bring him to a much better place. Bring him to the core of your heart. And build the temple there. make sure that he lives a nice life. Was your Lord every day? Was it day every day? And discover his heaviness, discover his love, like manna from Napoli. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Kunjabi Hare.
USB mode.
Skip this one. Glories to my Guruji. Sir Guru Haridas. All glories to my Maharaj. Glories to the word that you spoke to me. To the word is God's for me. Hare Krishna. Namaste. Oh my obeisance to you. Oh glories, glories to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Glories to your Guru Prabhupada. Glories to his Guru Bhakti Siddhanta. Oh, glories to Gaura Kishora. Glories to Bhakti Vinoda Thakur. Oh, glories to Nityananda. Oh, glories to Nityananda. Glories to the real Guru of the world, Nityananda, and to God, Chaitanya, golden God, most beautiful one, enlightening one, bringing the spirit of love, love for God, eternal devotion needed Oh, glory to Krishna Prema. Oh, glory to that most beautiful word. Glory, glory to my Guruji. Oh, glory to Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Preacher of the world with a different opinion, because he's the Guru who brings a revelation of God, new revelation, new truth, the truth we could not discover with the mind, the truth that stays in the jungle of our head, incapable to fight our inmost Lord. Hare Krishna, receiving the substance, the substance of love, to reach out to God. Holy Spirit, Bhakti Devi, the gift of God given by my Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare My Guru Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj. Glory, glory. All praise, all glory to you. Glory to you. Glory. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Srila Guru Haridas, my Guru Maharaj. Oh glories to you, glories to the Spirit and truth. Glory to the scriptures, glory to the Vedas. Glories to everything that Srila Prabhupada brought to us. Oh, glory to the divinity. Glory to Radha Krishna. Brought to the world by Lord, dear most Chaitanya, making them alive again, taking them out of the bush. Hare Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, I'm so far away now. I don't belong to the world anymore. Don't you tire? Your body is so great. Don't you tire? Your qualities are so great. Your features are so strong. I experience all of them. Chaitanya, my Chaitanya, my dear most Lord. My dear most Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Namo Vishnu Padaya. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Paramahamsa Srila Gora Haridas Maharaji Acharya Itinamine Namaste. Prabhupada Devi. Gauravani Pracharini. Nirvishesha. Suyavadi. Pasachateja Tarine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vas Adi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adhikura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adhikura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Bhakta Tom and Fanny and Francis and Evo. Young. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's fill up the world with the Spirit of God, man. Let's just do it. Fill up the world with the Spirit of God. And share the power that we received. Share it with others. We're so needy, so needy, so needy. Everybody needs this so much. Everybody needs to come in contact with God, to find the real happiness, the transcendental happiness, to get purified by that potency, and to finally be capable to take God out of that jungle, because they keep God in that jungle for such a long time. They keep him in their mind, and they're always talking. They're always sahajas. Most people are actually sahajas, talking about Krishna from their mind. No. The heart needs to take him out of that mind. The heart needs to come in contact with the mind of God and not with their own jungle. God's mind is lost in the jungle of the mind of human beings. He's completely lost. He's completely overwhelmed by all those weeds and bushes, and it became a real jungle in our head. Actually, we are not capable to find God. he's lost. And what Amy said yesterday is a bit ridiculous, because she said, I will go in the bush with him. Well, you are in the bush with him already. You're always in your mind. You're not ecstatic. You're not ecstatic at all. You need to take him out of that bush. You need to come out of that jungle yourself. You need to become purified and go for it so that there will be room inside of your heart. So that you can connect to him with a clear mind, with an open mind, not with a jungle. You are the one who keeps him in a jungle. Only a bona fide spiritual master can take him out of the jungle for you, by giving you the spirit, so that finally you will start to think differently. Finally, you will start to think with his mind. Here, Radhe will take him out of the bush. She has that power. Don't say, I'm going in the bush with him, because that's not the solution. Not at all. On the contrary, that's what the priests do. That's what the priests do. That's what Vaidhi Bhaktis do. They have no Krishna. He's hidden in the bush. He's hidden in the woods. And they are going in that wood. They are going in that jungle. Why? Because they have no understanding. Zero, zero, zero. They push him deeper in the jungle. Push him deeper and deeper and deeper by their lack of knowledge. So yeah, these are misconceptions. We are not going to play with the metaphors if we don't understand them. The understanding needs to come from God himself. Yeah. So I will read chapter 4 again, but I wanted to continue at you want to say something, Januan? Wait a little bit. I will make that you can say something. Yeah.
Nou, eigenlijk niet zo direct, maar ik heb misschien toch een idee van eens, ik ben met Haridas Thakur 2, heb ik gehoord in de video, een video terug of 2 video's terug, dat hij een gesprek had met zijn Paramatma, of dat hem bereid is van diensten te doen hier in de Sangha van Srila Gaura Haridas. Ik heb juist hetzelfde gehad over 3 dagen. Ja. Dus de Paramatma stelt daarvoor, wilde die diensten doen in zoppigheid. En ik heb gezegd, ja, nu ben ik akkoord van daar mee in te stappen. De tijd is
ik heb hem dat niet horen zeggen, ik heb hem het woord Paramatma niet horen uitspreken.
Nee,
ik heb gehoord...
Nee, hij heeft dat niet uitgesproken, maar ik weet dat dat zo werkt, omdat ik zelf mijn gesprekken heb.
Ja.
Hij is misschien niet echt bewust van die Paramatma, maar hij verstaat het innerlijk, maar dat is dus wel de Paramatma die werkt. Dat is een expansie van Krishna, die er verstaat in ieders hartje, ieder persoonlijk, met elke toegewijde. En je moet dat echt ontwikkelen voor met die Paramatma, dus echt te kunnen converseren, dat je er echt bewust van bent. Eerst kreeg de stemmen en voorstellen van die ze doen, maar je weet niet echt dat dat de Paramatma is. Er begint het. Maar dan, na een tijd, dan komt het te weten dat dat dus de Paramatma is. En dat is natuurlijk een drupje meer bewustzijn dat je krijgt van heel dat spel en vermaak. Hè. Dus het wordt allemaal duidelijk. Dus het gaat allemaal over hoeveel bewustzijn heb je van de werking in de Raghvanaga Bhakti, de extase club between Radha and Krishna. And more we have, more we can explain it. That's like you do. Otherwise, I come not in your video. I understand that. So that's why all glories to you. My respect to you also. Please accept it on the level I have no much, but maybe what I have, please
It's
accept it.
not about
Also,
much. From the
and,
moment Krishna lives inside it, in each
uh,
other, you offer your obeisances unto
yeah, of course.
Krishna, who
That's the
you
minimum.
recognize inside of somebody. Yeah,
And
the
he's
living
very
God.
pleased. He's very pleased that we do that. And then we go further in all these lilas in understanding more, like everybody. Or I have also respect for these devotees that follow every day on the level of that devotee, of course, how Krishna works to them. Uh, Everybody that's coming and staying, I have respect because it is not so easy for
Yeah, yeah. Of
nobody.
course, we need to
Uh,
have respect in a mundane way for everybody as well.
uh,
But yeah, not everybody is capable
uh,
to do that. But
No, but the
yeah,
people that stay coming, I have my respects. The matter how in the
yeah.
consciousness, that is that is something. The humbleness. The humbleness is means staying, listening, and then we can talking if we are the possibility to conversation with somebody, with Guru or with you or with others. Then is it more nice, of course, because we can explain our level to others and listen to the
Well,
level of others.
I
Uh,
give the credit to Krishna. If people
yeah,
are staying and staying and staying and it's still not working, I don't say bravo, bravo, bravo to them.
no,
I give the credit of Krishna. His taste is so high that he keeps on attracting you. Bravo, Krishna.
yeah, but
Really.
if we, I have respect in that level that they are to stay, and if the people living, then I have no more respect for them because they don't believe in the process.
That's
You
true.
see? And then
That's
and
true.
then
That's
I have
the
then
difference.
I have no more respect because he don't believe in the process. And the first place to become humble is to stay. That means you are a little bit humble. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that on myself.
Guru
And then
humbles.
we can growing in humbleness, but it's not so easy because this is a short way, but also the hard way at the
Yeah.
same time.
Kort
Yeah,
en goed. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to read now. Thank you,
yeah.
Janneman. Thank you.
Thank you, Lalita.
Not only those weeds that you know about, Tom. I don't only mean those weeds. Um, you talk about the weeds that Guru Maharaj is always talking about, that grow over your bhakti if you receive some rays, and then that pride is the weed that comes over your bhakti and is actually sticky. So that your bhakti lada beach cannot grow up nicely and becomes contaminated and polluted. These are the weeds Guru Maharaj is talking about. I'm talking about the jungle in our mind that we had before, even before we met Guru Maharaj. As long as we are living in society, as long as we are going, following in religion, um, we are we have a whole jungle inside of our head because the real God cannot enter in our mind. We don't have the real Vedanta in our mind because it's full of weeds. Well, yeah, but not. I was not particularly talking about those weeds, but of course these are weeds as well. This jungle is you. These are all metaphors, but it's a little bit difficult to understand when you're not living on that platform where you know, oh yeah, 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 the road needs to be cleaned out before that Krishna can come, before Guru Maharaj can bring Lord Jagannath with the cart. There is no room. You cannot travel with a big cart, with a big Lord Jagannath. when there is jungle, all those trees and all those weeds and all those creepers and those things need to be cut out. You need to come with choppers and I will read it later. I don't know the word anymore. But yeah, most people, and you were one like that, you were always in the mind, you were always explaining everything from the mind. And I cannot blame you, because as long as you don't have Krishna, as long as you have no helper inside of your heart, you cannot understand him. Now you are at the start. Now, little by little, you will become purified, and by the mercy of Guru, um, Radharani, Lord Chaitanya, they will make room for Krishna, and he can come in your heart, and you will have the real understanding. You will really have the real understanding about who Krishna really is. He will be capable to show his face to you, because there is no jungle anymore. It's one open area, man. You know, the forest of Vrindavan becomes much more open and with nice fields, open fields. So yeah, that's the difference. But Krishna is living in the bush, in the bushes, in the jungle with everybody, um, with atheists, people who are only concerned. For me, I was only concerned about the comfort of people. My whole life, I would take care of a paralyzed person, of handicapped persons, making them happy, making sure that they had a quality of life. That was my job, and I did. I surrendered to that promise that I gave to myself, that I gave to my false ego, that I would give my life to my little sisters, to my little brother, that would I give everybody my life. Um, so instead of giving my life to Krishna, so Krishna stayed in the jungle. Um, I even was not thinking about taking him out. I even wasn't speculating about Krishna. I was not speculating about Krishna, not at all. I wasn't interested. I was not saying God is this and God is this and God. I heard people say that, and I thought, well, wow, wow, you guys are very smart. I am too stupid, man. I I have one big jungle here that I'm not capable to think. I'm not capable to think, man. Um, my head is so full of thinking about a whole list, and that was a big list, of tasks that I had to do every day. At my job, so many tasks you should have, and I had to put a little cross next to every task that I did every day, and it was a big list, and I always fulfilled everything. I never said I didn't do this. I did everything. I had that reputation. I did everything, the whole list every day. It was so important for me to be perfect for all those people, to never neglect anybody. And then I came home, and then the other list came there for every child, and doing dishwashing and cooking and cleaning and doing laundry and ironing and taking care of my husband, and etc., etc., etc. Another list. And then I came, then the evening started at 11 in the evening. Oh my God, time to sleep, and boof. When would I have been when would I have been ever capable to think about God? Never, 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 never. Only when my husband died, there was some room in my head, because my hands felt empty, and I wrote many, many, many poems about him. I don't know if Fanny remembers that, if I sent them to her as well. And I wrote that my hands are empty. Well, at the moment that my hands were empty, I was thinking, maybe there is room for something else. I wasn't even thinking. He was thinking for me. And he said, aha, her hands are empty. Not completely, because she still has her job. She still has all those debts to pay. Uh, she still has to work more hours for all the debts that were there because of the debt of my husband. But there was a little bit of room, a little bit. Well, I destroyed all those. I destroyed them, Fanny. All those. I wrote poems, at least 200. And later I thought, no. Later, when I was ecstatic, I thought, I don't want to dive inside of all that pain anymore. Finished. I'm starting out a new life. So, but yeah, I shared it with the friends who came daily, the network. I shared it daily, but I'm sorry that I didn't share it with you. But it is the past. I don't want to. This was my, how do you call that? My grieving process. It helped me a little bit, but I don't want to dive in that pain anymore. I don't want to feel that anymore. Krishna took me out of the bush for that. um, yeah, but my hands were empty, and then there was room for the Lord. But before that, he was really in the jungle for me. He was still in the jungle. A bad jungle, actually. But the jungle in the minds of Vaidhi Bhaktas is not better because they speculate about him. They don't take him out. No, because you know where he wants to be? He wants to be with Srimati Radharani, and they don't allow him that. You know why? Because they are not trying to find somebody who represents Radharani. They are not eager. They don't have that desire. So yeah. So, and it's very important not to talk about Krishna from the mind. That's why I cannot associate with everybody. I cannot associate with sahajas. I cannot associate with those who are not interested at all, but who are so hypocrite that they act like they do for such a long time. I cannot. I like to associate. I like to. It's like Shanaki says. It's very egocentric, but that's how a devotee is. When there is only Krishna in your life, if you cannot talk about Krishna with others, you cannot consider them as your friends. You don't want their association. Yeah, I say hello to everybody, and a little, because people start to recognize me here. There is not many people who live here, many tourists, but the whole year, not many people. So you talk to them and you feel after a while, I won't have a chance to talk my talk. I have to listen to their talk about their dog, about their house, their all those things. And I don't want to talk about DOG. I want to talk about GOD. And if that doesn't work, I say, hello, bye bye. I immediately feel that. And some have a little bit. When I get a little bit of chance, okay. It's okay. My neighbor downstairs, my landlord here, a lady that I see there, another man that I talk so many times. And sometimes I'm surprised. And then I think there was one man who was interested in my body, actually. And I thought, let's take advantage, Lalita. You start talking about your life. You say, yeah, but I'm living like a nun. And I start to explain that. And I was so surprised. He kept on listening. And I thought maybe he has an agenda, but I don't care. I continue. He must have had an agenda. But then I heard on his answers, I was so surprised. Wow. Something entered inside of him. So next time, the second time that I saw him, he started to ask questions. And I thought, Doesn't matter what the reason is why you're doing it, why you receive, because I get in a kind of an ecstasy when I start to preach, to talk about God eh, in the streets, and they get the vibration. So I take advantage of it. That's what I did with Fanny, actually. Um, and with her, it worked. And maybe with Christy, this will work as well, although it takes time because people need to digest and they need to have the desire and to become curious themselves from out of their heart. We can only bring people to the water, but we cannot force them to drink. So, yeah, sorry, Fanny, but we are not going to dive inside of that. I know you loved Jan, but we are not going to bury the dead anymore. You know that I am a veuve, how do you say that? A widow for 16 years already. That's a long time. So I'm not going to pick that up anymore. 15 years. 15 years. Soon it will become 16. Yeah, it was adorable. Yeah. But I saved him. I saved him. Like I saved my parents. I had a vision of him. I will never forget that. On really long, op stelten. Hij stond op stelten. On long, strong legs, showing I'm standing on my own legs again. That's what Krishna showed me. He was on his own legs again. So that comforts me. That really comforts me. And then you can let go. You can let go because he has another life now. I don't know where, but I don't need to be sad for how it was for all those years, for all those troubles that he had. I don't need to be sad about that anymore. I don't need to be surprised about that love that I had for him. I don't need to witness about that material love for him. Um, I don't need to witness about his strength anymore, his power, his courage. I don't need to do that anymore. I witness now for something higher, something more divine. Het was een man die je heel graag zag. Echte liefde, dan kon je zo goed voelen. Een prachtkoppel. Ja. Ja. Yeah, he was a very, 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 very nice person. Well, but yeah, but now we all found a guru. We all found somebody else, somebody who gives us more value than any material husband can give us. Somebody who gives us a relationship with God, a relationship with Srimati Radharani, a relationship with Krishna. And that's an eternal relationship, because maybe my husband has another body now. Maybe he lives in the body of a little toddler now, and he receives another life, a better life, because I am connected to Guru Maharaj, and that's much more important to preach about, because we all have children, temporary, and I had so many husbands in all those lives that I lived. So many husbands. I had so many wives. I had so many children. But you forget them. It's temporary. But having Krishna as your child, having Krishna as your father, having Krishna as your lover. Eternally. That needs to be preached, because that is just what the world doesn't know about. And if the whole world would know about it, I would not have the urge to preach, but I need, because nobody knows. Nobody knows about him. Nobody knows that there is a promise to them. Okay. Chapter 4, but I'm not going to read that far. I want to repeat the other things because it's one of my favorite chapters. It's really one of my favorite chapters. In a dream, Madhavendra Puri saw the very same boy. It's powerful when he comes back, isn't it? It's powerful. When you get revelation after revelation, you cannot doubt anymore. Guys, saints, acharyas, gurus like Madhavendra Puri. They are really in deep relationship with God, man. They have a deep communion and deep conversations, but really deep conversations that made sense. Conversations that make sense, not blah, blah, blah. And that same boy always comes back to me. He always comes back every day. You know why? I'm connected to Madhavendra Puri. I'm connected to that vine, you know. I drink the same wine as he does. I have the same blood. Oh, the Vaidis will be angry when they hear me saying this. By the mercy of my Guru, I received the same blood. He's my master, Madhavendra Puri. And I love him. Because everything he did and said, all his actions are repeated now. It's happening again. It's so recognizing. And it makes me so ecstatic and so transcendentally happy to recognize that concept and those revelations of God. My legs are so blah blah blah. I cannot walk now. He paralyzes me. Now it's my time to become paralyzed. The boy came before him and holding his hand, he took him to a bush in the jungle. The boy showed Madhavendra Puri the bush, and he said, I reside in this bush, and because of this, I suffer very much from severe cold, rain showers, winds, and scorching heat. You're not pleasing Krishna when you speculate about him, you know, when you keep him in your mind You're really not pleasing him. You leave him in the cold because that's not what he wants. You make him burn in the heat. You don't give him any comfort. You don't give him what he needs. You don't give him, Krishna, what he desires. You keep him in the jungle of your mind. You leave him in that bush, man. He cannot express himself. That's so ugly, isn't it? Don't you think he wants to express himself? He cannot show his face, man. How ugly is that? We don't allow him to show his face. That's what religion does. They keep him in the bush. They keep him in the jungle of their mind while he has only one desire, and that is to express himself and to show the world who he really is as he is. And Prabhupada brought the books as they are. He brought Bhagavad Gita as it is, and still they don't read it as it is because they think it's enough to have the book Bhagavad. It is not enough. They need the devotee Bhagavad. They need the Madhavendra Puri who is capable to take the Lord out of the bush. Out of the bush. Because now those books, those scriptures, they are hidden in the bush. Do you know that? They keep that in the bushes. Not understandable. Well, Krishna says, but I am alive in these books. From the moment you breathe life inside of me, from the moment you will receive that spirit, and then you can take me out. All I want is spirit. All Krishna wants is to see your devotion, to see your heart. It's all about that heart. And he wants to live inside of that heart, taking out of the jungle of your mind and live a comfortable life inside of your heart. That's what he wants, man. Absolutely. He needs to be taken out. Spread that knowledge, Lalita. Play your role in Guru's life because he can't do it on his own. He needs witnesses. He needs those who testify for, hey, whoa. My Guru Sayagora Haridas. He took Krishna out of the bush for me. He even took Jesus out of the bush for me. Because they were completely covered under all those creepers and old branches, all dry branches, man. It was all dry branches for so many years. For so many years. I'm very convinced what the Lord's desire is. I'm very convinced how much he wants to dance. Really. Not with my legs. No, on the contrary, he keeps them paralyzed. He wants to dance here, here inside of me, here inside of all of us. So make a good temple, big enough, so that he can dance inside. Really, and you will see. You will see the dance of Radha and Krishna. And you can be the little manjari just like me. You can help them. You can bring them together. You can really take him out of the bush by Radha's help. You can really do that. He's waiting behind the trees until he sees that you are following in her footsteps. It's glorious. Why is that text always disappearing, man? And then I need to fill in my code again because my computer doesn't recognize my fingerprint anymore. Anyway, that's material sorrows. The boy, he showed Madhavendra Puri the bush and he said, I reside in this bush. See, that's when you get revelations and when you really understand. It's time now for me to develop some devotion. It's really time now for me to take him out of that bush. I am at a certain age, and he has been stayed in the bush, in the jungle, my whole life. Um, I need to do something about that, you know. Um, I'm not aware of it. I wasn't aware of it, but luckily, Krishna showed me that. Krishna showed me that he wanted to be taken out of the bush. Therefore, he made me, he gave me the desire, sent me a spiritual man. Bhaktatam says, I thought that thinking of Krishna was a recommendable thing, but now you explain to me that there is a big chance that it causes speculation. Of course. Of course. How do you think about Krishna? How do you think about Krishna? Not as a speculator. Um, that's why we say all the time, Tom, it's about hearing. It's not about thinking. It's about hearing. Hearing from Guru Maharaj. That's the one who thinks about Krishna in the right way. And then you receive, you receive, you receive. Yeah. Don't speculate. No. No. But you can think about Krishna if you have enough devotion, and then you will feel his reciprocation. Then you feel that, but he will make you think in a real way, in communion. Ja, ik dacht dat het aan te bevelen was om aan Krishna te denken. Als je extatisch bent, ja. Anders niet. Yeah, see, that's a Vaidhi thing. The Vaidhis, they say that. Yesterday I heard you chanting Andromeda's name. I thought, what is he doing now? I gave you the advice, chant Radha and Krishna, Hare Krishna, and focus on those names and hear your own voice. That was my advice, but mostly my advice doesn't really work. So, ja, het leidt tot speculatie. He makes you think about him. You can think about Krishna when you think about the words of that Guru told you. That is thinking about Krishna. When you think about his explanations, and you let it be absorbed, but not your own thing again, because it's not working. You're not ecstatic enough to you have not. It will become a fantasy again, and you're keeping me in the bush. It would be much better that you grow up like a real devotee instead of somebody who stays in the race and for the rest controls every situation still himself. Still with that mind. It's not about that. It's about developing love. That's it. That's the thing. And then Krishna will reveal himself to you. You know. But you can remember the words of Guru Maharaj. That's different. That's really, really, really different. There is the power. There is the power because he is the Guru. He is the God lover. The way how he thinks about Krishna is conclusive. That's why we share it. You know, that's why he shares. To take your Krishna out of the jungle, Tom. But you're doing good, you know. I see that little by little. And that's because devotees give you the benefit and give you the the boon of telling you the truth, so that you, because if we leave you there and we say, I'm not going to tell you the truth, you don't need to grow up for me, but actually you don't need to grow up for me, but Krishna wants it, and Krishna says, say this, Radhita, say that, Freddy, to take devotees out of the illusion. As long as you are making it up with the mind, you stay in that illusion. You're not connected with him, and he stays in the bush. He stays in the jungle. You keep him in the jungle. You're not pleasing him, not at all. So, yeah. Please construct a temple on top of that hill, the boy continued, and install me in that temple. After this, wash me with large quantities of cold water so that my body may be cleansed. I say yesterday I said so many things about this verse, but now I say another thing that here it is on top of the hill, here in our mind, he's in a jungle. But we need to make another hill for him. On top here, on top of our mind, we need to make room for him. And our mind doesn't need to do the job. We need to bring that heart to that mind. And then you bring him on top of the hill. You need to bring the heart to the mind, man. And then that hill will become a divine place, absolutely. And what I said yesterday is give the Lord the most important place in your life, on top of the mountain. That's where he lives. That's why Moses went to the mountains. He's on top. He's the most important one. And from that place, he can glance upon you. He can glance upon all of us. That temple from the heart needs to go up and infect that mind, because the Lord's mind is living inside of yours now. Man, that is great. But only devotees can do that. Only by your devotion you can do that, And it's not only enough to receive the mercy of the Lord, the awakening, and then you say, wow, I feel it now. I have an awakening. I feel it now. I feel the embrace. I feel that God loves me. I feel that he gives me a chance. Now we are at the second part of this. Now you are going to give him a chance as well. Now it's time for you to develop real love for him. Really. Now you've got to construct a temple for him. That's what he asks, isn't it? Please construct a temple on top of that hill. And install me in that temple. My God. That's a job, huh? That's a real job of pure devotional service. You've got to be purified, man, to be capable to do that. You've got to be purified to take him out of that jungle. And it doesn't go one day, little by little. Even receiving the Spirit, for some people, it takes years. 7 years, and then finally we see, now it's working. But from the moment that it works, now you can start, man. Now you can really, really develop love for God. You can become a God lover now. And then, when you put him on top of that hill, he will reveal himself towards you. He will show his face. When you have washed him enough, when you have fed him enough, he starts to trust you. He really starts to know, yeah, That one never leaves me, so I will never leave him. Please construct a temple on top of that hill and install me in that temple. After this, wash me with large quantities of cold water so that my body may be cleansed. And it's not about that laughter, no, it's about the tears. You've got to wash the Lord. Many tears need to flood before the laughter comes, before the real transcendental laughter comes. Many tears, man. You wash the feet of the Lord, full of recognizing feelings, full, and that then he gives you his humbleness, because Lalita Madhava says, yeah, you've got to become humble. No, he will give you his humbleness. When you give away your pride, Krishna is extremely humble. He gives you his humbleness because you cannot become humble. He will make you humble. You cannot become humble. Nobody wants to become humble. Nobody. Everybody has a big false ego. Everybody is attached on his big false ego. But it's by taking away, by scratching that skin off, that actually he takes your pride away. He takes your pride away. And you start to cry in the beginning with material tears because you're fighting. You don't want him to take it away. But I never showed my material tears when I went live or something. I only cried in communion because I thought that was worth for the world to look at, and I never had teaching about purification. Never. I heard it much later. Nobody talked about purification. I think Guru Maharaj even didn't know himself that would happen in our Sangha. He wasn't aware of that. So it wasn't preached. But you cry, and that is purifying yourself as well. But I cried most of the time. Actually, I always cried out of gratefulness. How gratefulness and connection, this was for me so. From the moment Guru Maharaj opened his video and I was watching, I started crying. Lalita Madhava saw that. He must have thought, what's this? Big tears and tears of relief and tears of gratefulness and tears of unbelief, that I met my Lord again, that I met my best friend again after being separated. I think I preached that in the beginning. I met my friend again after being separated for such a long time. I think I said I met my lover again after being separated for such a long time. You're cleaning his body again because you want to see him as he is and not like you covered him in so many years by so many layers, by so many sins, by so many dirt. And everything is forgiven. That's also something that I felt. That was also something what I was crying for. Everything is finished now, Lalita. Everything is forgiven. You're safe now. You don't have to carry that luggage anymore. You're at the end of the tunnel. You have suffered enough. He will take care of my sins now. All those sins from all those years, from all those lives. He will take care of it now. Don't be afraid anymore. You're safe now. So yeah, Guru Maharaj saved me. I had it. All those feelings went through me. Can you imagine? After a trance of a whole night, not capable to move, and hearing the Ganga flowing inside of me, feeling that head went open, feeling the Lord coming from 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 my tail. I felt that. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. All the chakras went open. I felt just like Guru Maharaj. I felt that crown, but it didn't hurt me at all. That crown, that torn crown on my head, it didn't hurt me, but I felt it tingling. I felt it tingling, and then I heard the Ganga, I heard the river all night long. Are you are you surprised that I'm in love with the Ganga? Don't be surprised. Here, for many days, this is what Krishna says to Madhavendra Puri. For many days I have been observing you, and I have been wondering, when will Madhavendra Puri come here to serve me? Well, yesterday I explained it like Prabhupada has been observing Guru Maharaj through his journey of finding God. You know, he was observing that he was completely curious. Although he knew the end, he knew that, but he was patient enough to see how Guru Maharaj went to Jesus and then to Hare Krishna movement and to ISKCON and then to Narayana Maharaj and Gaudiya Math and then back to the Christians and then back to Prabhupada. And he saw that actually Guru Maharaj had so much desire for the Lord. Otherwise, you don't do such a journey. And people are angry on him and they blaspheme him for going to the Christians, etc., etc. That is such a stupidity. First of all, it's good because he knows the teachings of Krishna, of Jesus as well, and he can use those useful parables and teachings of Jesus Christ. Secondly, it only proves one thing. He had desire to have his Lord. He wanted to worship his Lord in the decent way. He wanted to know his Lord as he is. And when he came, he did so much research so that he can warn us. No, there is no Krishna in ISKCON. No, there is no Krishna in Narayana Maharaj's group. No, there is no Krishna in the Gaudiya Math. No, 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 no. He's only there in Chaitanya's grace place because it was Chaitanya who brought the spirit. You can only develop love for Krishna when you have the spirit. He was so completely convinced of that. Somebody needs to do that research, And actually, that was what I was preaching yesterday. The Prabhupada was patiently waiting until Guru Maharaj was mature enough to know that whole package to be the preacher of the world. He has been observing him. And he has been wondering, when will Guru Maharaj come here to serve me? Well, when he came back for the Christians, he fell at Prabhupada's lotus feet. And he knew from now on, I'm only serving you. But actually, this verse also reminds me of me, because the Lord must have been observing me for 60 years. And asked himself the question, when will she finally serve me now? Because she has been serving the world like a crazy, stupid woman. When will it be my time now? When will she finally do something for me now? That woman that is capable to give herself, to forget her false ego for others, only thinking about others, not never thinking about herself. Only want to help others, make them happy, being happy when they are happy. That was my life. And they even chastise me for that. Altruism. Some people are so dark that they even are not good for the world, you know. But I know it was time for a transformation now, because all that help of people, I didn't know these were pious deeds. I didn't know that. I thought I was only stupid. But Freddy, he consoled me a bit and he said, no, 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 these were pious deeds, Alit. I said, really? Really? I really was not convinced of that, but doesn't matter. This deed is much more pious and divine, isn't it? Okay. Francis, no problem, man. You don't have to say that. So many are coming and going. It's not a problem. Let's see. Amen is here, man. And your dear friend Jan. Amen has a lot of, kindness. Let's see. Pak dat om, say thanks. Okay. Now, funny. You have been in the Sangha for so long and so ecstatic. Can the false ego disappear? I am really curious about that, because for me, the false ego always lurks. Well, the false ego, yeah, of course, he's not lurking. That is how you think you are. But I continue reading everything. I'm very happy that I know that it is my false ego. Then I can recognize we are completely false ego. The only real ego is that little atom here inside of us. So what people call here in the world, what people call my ego, that is actually the false ego, you know? And in the world, everybody serves his own ego. When you go in therapy, everybody says, yeah, but you need to, nobody is allowed to hurt your ego. You need to protect your ego. This is good for your ego. You need to have self-confidence for your ego. Everybody is always feeding your ego in society. That is the biggest thing. So we are completely contaminated by that idea, you know. If somebody hurts our ego, we are really, really hurt, because we are, what is the word? We consider that ourselves. We say, you have hurt me, you know, but that's not true. You did not hurt me. You hurt my ego, because me is pure. Me, the little me here inside, cannot be hurt, cannot be burned, cannot be drowned in water. It is an eternal me. It is a divine living being inside of that body. But how do you know that word? We think I cannot find, we identify with our ego. We think that is me. That is not me. So the false ego completely disappear. No, it can't. It can't. No, I don't think so. No, but of course, things will, you will get purified from too much ego. Some people really have too much ego. They are so proud and so jealous. They have too much ego. That's why they blaspheme ecstatic devotees. They cannot see that particular soul is in communion with the super soul, and that actually they can learn about that person, that they can feel the vibrations. But they are so dark. They are so dark. They are living in such a deep ignorance that they even don't feel those vibrations. These are the real hard-hearted people, you know. For them, Krishna is really still in the jungle, living in the jungle, you know. Those hearts are, that's why they are capable. Otherwise, you don't blaspheme an ecstatic devotee, because then you are blaspheming God, because he's living so strongly inside of somebody else, much more than inside of you. So you should be happy that you can have that association, and then you can hear God through them, because don't you want to get rid of as much as possible false ego yourself? Don't you want to be connected with your little soul, that little atom, with the super soul? Don't you want to feel that power? Don't you want to become self realize? Realize who your real self is. That is getting self realized. Realize, oh my God, this is me. Now I know who I am. And that ego, yeah, that is the ego that belongs to that certain body and that mind, and yeah, by accident I live inside of that. but but I want to be connected to the Lord. I want to develop that other ego, because then I finally will become happy. You understand what I mean, Fanny? Ah, salted bread is here. Hare Krishna, salted bread. Nice to see you, man. That cannabis leaf. I feel it means tulsi and has 5 leaves. Ah, that leaf. No, it's not a cannabis leaf. A cannabis leaf looks different, you know. Um, Salted bread, it looks different. I think so. It is like a hand. It looks like a hand. Um, I never smoked it. I don't know the experience. Ah, heel duidelijk. Oké, Fanneke. Lord Chaitanya brings the leaf on top. Lord Chaitanya gives you the spirit so that you can bring the leaf. The cannabis is not Krishna, eh? That is Radharani. Eh? Don't. Lord Chaitanya gives you Radharani so that Radharani can give you Krishna. When Radha is on top, she will bring Krishna, man. Whoa. It's Radha who does that. You will experience all those things. Absolutely. You're on the right track, man. Yeah. In the right place. Chaitanya's grace place, following the right guru who splits the sea for you. He does such an amazing thing. He splits the sea for you and makes a path on which you can walk, you know, and bring you back to Godhead and bring Godhead back to you. But why? Because Guru Maharaj makes you attractive for the Lord. He does the job. It is Lord Chaitanya who does the job through Guru Maharaj, but Guru Maharaj represents him. So I give the credit to my Guru. He makes me attractive for Krishna. And how does he do that? By being the most attractive one in the world for Krishna. And by showing us how attractive Krishna is, but also by showing us how attractive Radha is, and keep planting that seed of bhakti inside of us so that we can follow in her footsteps. And then we will know the all attractive Krishna. We will know the real Krishna and recognize him in the scriptures and be capable, finally be capable to be a real preacher, because we have something to preach about. We have something to tell to the world. You know, we don't only dry reading and give read exercises when we go live like the Vaidhi Bhaktas do, read exercise. That's only all what they do. You well, it's not interesting. Somebody needs to explain me that as it is. Somebody who has the spirit has to explain me that as it is. I don't need toddler preaching. I don't need speculation about God. I want to take him out of the bush, and they are pushing him in the bush again. Vaidhi Bhaktas, ISKCON, is pushing the Lord deeper and deeper in the bush than he was already. Prabhupada brought the books to make it possible to take him out of the jungle. And what are they doing? They put him deeper in the jungle, deeper and deeper and deeper. They make him into a mind thing for schoolers. Study the books. No, it's not a mind thing. No, what Prabhupada brought is books how to become a devotee. It's about devotion. It's all about devotion. but, but they have no idea. They don't believe in bhakti. That's why they don't believe in Bhakti Vedanta. They don't believe that Prabhupada said, my wish is that everybody becomes a Bhakti Vedanta. They don't believe that, because otherwise they would do any effort to have some bhakti so that they can become a Bhakti Vedanta. But they call themselves Bhakti Vedanta, dot, dot, dot. But they are not. Not. It's again a rhyme. Fanny, ik kan helaas je commentaar niet zien. Kun je alsjeblieft onze messenger connection checken? I think she blocked you, Tom. I think you, yeah, I think she blocked you. So I'm sure she blocked you. So yeah, maybe you just wait until Fanny thinks that she can unblock you. So she also blocked you on WhatsApp and even the telephone. So, so Arada Kripa. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Shiva Prada. That was your name, Shiva Prada. Okay. Yeah. And then that is so wonderful. So wonderful. Oh, my Lord. Saying, I have accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. See, why, when will God accept your real service? When you have really ecstatic love for Him. Then finally there can be an exchange. Then finally there can be an embrace, an encounter, a communion, a real relationship due to your ecstatic love. But somebody needs to start with it, otherwise that whole world is keeping him in that bush. But Krishna found a very, very, very strong devotee, Madhavendra Puri. Krishna found somebody And he depends on that person. Otherwise, he cannot appear in the world. So he observes somebody. It's like with Guru Maharaj. The real living God cannot appear in the world unless through a devotee. Because of Guru Maharaj's devotion, he appears in my heart. Am I fortunate? Yes, I am. I have accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. That is pure devotional service. And then the Lord will give you more service, you know that? He gives you a particular job, like he did with me 7 years ago, telling me, Lalita, you're going to play a role in this personality's life. In this personality's life, Srila Gaurahari does. You're going to play a role in his life and in his message and his mission. And I say, okay, God, I will. Thank you so much for this honor. And it happened while I was in ecstasy. Because he saw then that I really had so much respect and admiration and affection for Srila Gaurahari Das. And I was so ecstatic. And I was in communion with God. And I was in Vrindavan on that platform. And I could hear his voice, not with these ears, but with these ears. It's a transcendental happening, hearing the Lord. It doesn't happen with these ears. No, it happens here. And it rises up in your mind. And you get the understanding. And you talk about it. I have accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. Thus I shall appear, and by my audience, all fallen souls will be delivered. So it's very clear that we need a guru. That it's very, very clear that we need a living guru to be delivered. By his ecstatic love, he will enter, he will appear in the hearts and deliver all of us. And now I'm live for 2 hours again. I didn't plan that, man. It all goes so fast. So Hare Krishna, everybody. I will leave it until here and read more. Where did I say? This afternoon. Yeah, starting with verse 40. Thank you, Janeman, for being here, and thank you, everybody, Fritje, Tom, Shiva Prada, Radha Kripa, Fanika, Bhakta Tom, Salted Bread, Emman, Francis. I hope I didn't forget anybody. So many Bhakta Toms. Janeman, Ivo, that's it. Bye-bye.